So today will be a tutorial on the standard form of the line. And the person who wanted me to do that was my own dad. Thanks, Dad. Alright, so the standard form of the line. Any line, a line, whatever. So the equation for the standard form is ax plus by equals c, whereas a, b, and c are all integers. So an integer is just a whole number, so it can either be negative or positive, but as long as it's a whole number. So like 1, 2, 3. So like 3 over 4 wouldn't work because that changed out to be 0.75, and that's a decimal. So it's not a whole number. So standard form of an equation is ax plus by equals c. So we recently learned about how to, what was it? So the slope-intercept equation, which was y equals mx plus b. So when you want to translate that into this, because most math teachers will ask you to translate the slope-intercept equation to the standard form of equation and interchangeably. So the standard form equation to the slope-intercept equation. So what you want to do, for example, let's just say y equals 3x plus 4. So you want to get c, which is this, all alone. So that's c. So what you do is you subtract 3x, oh, and your x right here, this has to be positive. So right now I have negative 3x plus 1y equals 4. So we can say that c is your y-intercept, because we just did that right there. So right here, you can see that there's the x in the equation, there's the y in the equation, here's the a in the equation, here's the b in the equation, and here's the c in the equation. Annoying pen, I need to get new pens. Alright, so, oh, and because this is negative, we have to change everything. So divide by negative on everything. Divide by negative, divide by negative, divide by negative. So this becomes 3x minus y equals negative 4. So we have just translated a slope-intercept equation into, equation into the standard form. So what if we wanted to switch this up? Say they gave us the standard form and they asked us to put it into slope-intercept form. So what we would do is, and then I'll show you a trick after this. So for example, say that it was 5x plus 2y equals 7. So what you're going to do, minus 5x, because you want to get your y alone, since that's slope-intercept equation. Subtract 5x, 2y equals 7 minus 5x, divide by 2, y equals negative 5 over 2x, because you always have to have this part first, plus 7 over 2. So, right there, we have just translated a slope-intercept equation into a standard form equation, and a standard form equation into a slope-intercept equation. Now, there's an easier way to change this one into that one. So standard form into slope-intercept form. So let's just do this without having any numbers in there. So if you were to do this, ax, let's just get over here. Different pen. Where's the red pen? Alright, so ax plus by equals c. You want to isolate your y. Minus ax, divide by b. So y equals c over b. No, wait. Remember, we had to have the mx first. So it's a ax over b negative ax over b plus c over b. So that's just if you wanted to translate the standard form equation, into the slope-intercept equation. And remember how I told you that c was your y-intercept? The only reason it was easily translated like that, because you see how you have to divide by b right here? In this case, where is it? B was just 1, so I already did that part. If you wanted to translate the standard form equation into the slope-intercept equation, it's quite simple. So, for example, let's just say we had the equation in this part as 3x plus 4y equals 7. Let's just say that. So, a is 3, b is 4, and c is 7. So let's just plug this in right here. So in order to plug it in, 3 is a, so negative 3x over b is 4, plus c, 7, over b is 4 over 4 equals y. So that would be the slope-intercept equation of the standard form equation. And just in case you wanted to check it, minus 3x, divide by 4, y equals negative 3 over 4x, which we have right here, negative 3 over 4x, plus 7 over 4, which we have right here. So that's just a shortcut to get over there. And the reason it can't work the other way, which I mean, like, b right here, say b was 1. No, let's just change it. So say b was 2, and you believe because that b is 2, that has to be 2 right there. But what if this was 3? Then those two b's are different. Does that mean that the problem is wrong? No. It just means that these two numerators, they were just divisible by something different. So that's why these two denominators were able to simplify to something different. So that is why you are unable to switch back. So for example, let me just go back to this. So let's see. Y equals negative. Here, let me just move that over. Let me do a different color. So y equals negative 3x over 4 plus 7 over 2. So you see how those two have different b's? But if I were to change that into the standard form equation, plus 3 over 4x, plus 3 over 4x, 3 over 4x plus y equals 7 over 2. Divide by your variable, or times it just to get rid of it. So times 4, times 4, times 4. 3, because remember they all have to be integers. And since the common denominator is 4, you want to get rid of that. So we already know how to get rid of the denominator. So because that's already a 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So you would just multiply that one by 2. So what we have here is 3x plus 4y equals 14. So as you can see, 4 is your b, but only one of these has 4 as your b. So that doesn't mean that the problem is wrong. That just means that this simplifies to something else. So for example, it was probably 14 over 4 before, but because you have to always simplify, it got simplified to 7 over 4 equals 7 over 4. Sorry, 7 over 2, because you divided by 2 for both. So even though those two are both b's, they probably just simplified from something else. And so this has been the standard form of the line. We have gone through what everything means in here. X and Y are just any coordinates, as I said before. And we already said what A, B, and C are. right here, like if you wanted to transfer those over. And we talked about why we can't just directly assume that because that's a b, that becomes right there. We talked about that. That's because of simplifying reasons. And so we talked about how to change the standard form into the slope-intercept form and the slope-intercept form into the standard form, and how to change the standard form into slope-intercept form using this trick, where it is, let me just make that bigger for you, y equals negative a over b x. X is the coordinate. Remember, negative a over b is your slope. Well, using this equation, the standard form, plus, lots of breathfuls, plus c over b. So that would be your y-intercept. So thank you for watching. This has been a film by me, Alex Cohen. Excuse this one. It should be a 5. It's 5th video I made. Just, I don't know, bonus, just to tell you guys. This has been a Calabasas online tutoring production. Standard form of the line by Alex Cohen. Don't forget it. Peace.